Hello, and welcome to another episode of Can the Gym Leaders Become Champions? In this one, I'll be playing as Chuck, the fighting type gym leader. And right off the bat, I need to get something, explain something. If you do this run, his ace and his starter Pokemon is, I always forget what the first form is called, but Poliwag, Poliwhirl, Politoad, Poly whatever, right? Bugsy is impossible. Bugsy is impossible. I'll explain. So, on the screen right now, you'll see all the, you can see all the Pokemon that I'm allowed to use, right? And I always try to do it in a legal way without trading, right? So as soon as you can catch them, I catch them. So for example, Meditite, right? You need the radio. You get the radio after Bugsy because you can only use Cut. You can get Cut before Bugsy, but you can only use it after you have his badge. So you can't go to Goldenrod City to get the radio, right? In this run specifically, Bugsy's level cap is level 17. So I just wanted to show this off. I always randomized the catching tutorial and it was a Mewtwo. I thought that was funny. But yeah, so with the level cap of 17, the Poliwhirl isn't evolved yet. It also doesn't have access to Body Slam, which it learns at 21. It also can't learn any of the TMs that you have access to. I don't even know if it can learn TMs at all, but you can't learn the TMs that it has access to. And it evolves at level 25. So, I will only show the winning run. But Cypher, if he goes for U-turn, the run is over. I have to put him to sleep, that's first off, so he's always faster, so he needs to go for Leer or Focus Energy. Then I need to get off the Hypnosis, which already has a chance of failure. And then he needs to stay asleep for 5 turns, and every single move of mine needs to crit. So if I use Double Slap, all of them need to crit, and that needs to happen 2 or 3 times. If I go for Water Gun, it needs to crit 4 times. Back to back to back to back to back. Otherwise it's impossible. Yeah, on screen you can see after 300 solo tries. Yes, I tried over 300 times to do it solo with my Mizu. It did not work. It doesn't work. So I decided, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna use the Pokemon. And in future runs, honestly, at this point, because this run pissed me off so much, what I might do is literally just trade over, if you will, the whole team. But obviously all of the other rules are still in place, right? I'm not gonna rock up with a full team of 6. I'm not doing that. I still have my team size limit. I still have the level caps. I still have all of that, right? But I will probably get access to all Pokemon from the get-go. There was something that was also annoying in Morty's run, right? And then I might, what you call it? For example, let's say the next one will be Jasmine, right? So she uses a Skarmory. You get Skarmory at the end of the game, just before the last badge. What I might do is I basically trade over a Skarmory, but I don't use it until I reach the 8th badge, right? That way it's still legal in that sense, right? I just don't have to bother finding a rare Pokemon and catching it. And then with the other Pokemon, right, because some runs are bricked otherwise. So I need to make a concession anyways. It just depends on how I do it or when or where I do it, right? So yeah, for this run specifically, it doesn't work. If I started with Mankey, for example, even though that isn't his ace, I could have beaten Bugsy, but I tried to use their ace as the starter. Except for, I know in Morty's run I didn't, but that's because you can catch Ghastly before the first gym. So it's kind of wasted in that sense, right? Yeah. But yeah, just so you know, I did already have the rule in place where I said, depending on the run, I just cheat them in. I don't know why I didn't do it for this run. Why did I try to over 300 times to beat Bugsy? It's so stupid. It was the hardest fight. But the second I used the Medicham, yeah, I just did it. It is what it is. It's fine though. Yeah, sorry, where was I? So yeah, I just needed to explain that it's if you do this run, it's not really possible with only a Poliwhirl. What's the name? I always forgot. Is it Poliwag? I think it's Poliwag. Politoad is the other evolution, right? 1 second, let me pause real quick. Let me pause here. Okay. Yeah. Chuck is up next. Chuck against Chuck. But yeah, I'ma just, you know, do that from the get-go, I think. It's annoying otherwise. What else? Also move tutor. I need to start before the Elite Four. I need to start actually setting up my moves properly, because a lot of the times when I get to lands I forgot to do it, and then I need to redo the whole thing. But yeah, that's about it. What else was hard in this run? Yeah, Bugsy, if you try to like, because I also remember I don't use EVs, right? Maybe it would have changed if I had access to EVs. Maybe I would have been able to beat him. I don't know. Also the team limit rule, maybe I'll just start doing, if I go with the, just have all of the mons from the get-go, right? Instead of bothering with properly catching them. Maybe I'll, instead of the team size limit, I'll just do whatever the gym leader has, right? If they only use 2 mons, it is what it is. I'll just use 2 mons. But yeah, I need to think about it. Yeah, Bugsy was a nightmare. That's why this took so long to make. Well, you don't realize, but for me it took very long to make. Elite Four will, because obviously it's a fighting type, right? Will was very hard to beat. But that was part of the issue was, again, I forgot the move tutor, right? So my Meta Charm didn't have the elemental punches, because I thought, for some reason, that she only has the elemental punches in later generations, right? I'm talking like generation 6 upwards. But no, she actually does have them in generation 4. It's just that weird-ass issue that sometimes happens where once they evolve, their level 1 moveset are the elemental punches, right? Same for like Steelix. Steelix has the elemental fangs at level 1, but when you evolve him, the game doesn't prompt you to, hey, do you want to learn these moves? You need to go back to the move tutor, or do you need to breed it, or I don't know, man. It's weird. Anyways, I'm of the opinion you should be able to freely swap moves whenever, right? Like just in the menu, how it is in Scarlet. I actually like that. I thought that should have been a thing since generation, let's say 3 or 4. Yeah. Same with renaming your Pokemon. You should be able to do that in the screen. Like all of that stuff. EVs, I think, okay, look, I personally don't like EVs. I get the appeal that you have some freedom over your how you want your Pokemon to work, right? But obviously you just get EV by fighting, right? And you're not just gonna run away from every single battle. So I think it should literally just be a slider. Like every time you beat a Pokemon, you get like between 1 or 4 points, right? And then in the status screen, in the summary, you can just like slide them. Like, oh, okay, I'm gonna put 50 points in here, I'm gonna put 200 points in here, you know? But yeah, I'm getting... Yeah, that has nothing to do with the run itself, but yeah, whenever you see me, basically when I do a run and you don't see the XP bar move, right? How it was in like almost every single video. If the XP bar doesn't move, you actually don't get EVs. I don't know if, once I get to later games, I don't even know if I have access to a 0 XP cheat. But at least when a 0 XP cheat is possible, which it is in generation 3 and 4. I haven't tested it in other generations because my videos have been Fire Red, which is Gen 3, Soul Silver, which is Gen 4. So in generation 4 and 3, from my testing, it's tied to actually the XP bar moving. Did I mess up the counter right there? I didn't pay attention. I apologize. But yeah, it's tied to the XP bar moving for some reason. So all of these runs that I have on my channel, it's with 0 EVs. That's why maybe you're wondering, why is this Pokemon actually slower? Like, shouldn't it be faster? Because the trainers don't have EVs. Yeah, I also don't have EVs. That's why. I also don't have EVs. Yeah. What else? I think that's it. About like random stuff. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, Will. I wanted to talk about Will. Or did I? I lost my train of thought. Yeah, as you can tell, I don't use scripts. For certain videos I had like bullet points, but I just talk into the microphone, I guess. Yeah. You actually have access to the move relearner in this city. So I don't know why I didn't change Meta Chance moves. It is what it is. Would have been very helpful here with Ice Punch, but sure. Annoy the mom as always. I just think it's a cute interaction. It's like the small things. I like it when games do stuff like this. But that's about it. Yeah, I finally allow myself to get a Shroomish. Because you get Shroomish in Kanto. I was like, okay, yeah, I want a 6-member. It didn't actually put in a lot of work. Well, there was one point where it did put in the work, but at the same time, if I used the move relearner, Medicham would have been able to do the same exact thing, but better. I like Breloom. I really like Breloom. It's just, in this specific run, it can't do a lot. But yeah. Yeah, that's it, I think. So after this fight, it's time for the Elite Four. Ah, what a run, man. What a run. I made it way harder on myself than it needed to be. I gotta stop doing that. Because I also want to enjoy these, right? But this run like pissed me off. Like seriously, there were like a lot of times where I really got annoyed. And it was all my own fault. I could have just bypassed it, but I didn't. But yeah, it is what it is. You know. You move on, hopefully you learn, and then, yeah. Also, this run, I got like super unlucky when it came to... Obviously, you don't see it in the winning runs, right? But a lot of times when I got confused, I hit myself like 3 times in a row. It was crazy. Or when I was paralyzed the whole time. Yeah, so Will. Is this even the winning run? Did I mess up my recordings? I think I messed up my recordings. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, it just cuts to the... Yeah, okay, that looked a bit off. Yeah, try number 13. I left a little bit of the recording in there. Whoops. This should be the actual winning run now. Okay, so Claire and Will had like a little bit of wrong footage, but it's alright. Now it should be fixed though. Not fixed, but it should work properly now. Anywho's, let's see how this goes. Okay, he's put to sleep, that's good. I swapped to Jet. Blaze Kick, again, remember at this point I forgot to go to the move relearner, so Medicham is useless in this fight. Even though she should actually carry. Same with Koga, she was kinda useless in there, but she should have carried, but yeah, it's fine, it's fine. Jet goes down, Kiki comes out, Rock Tomb, tanks a Psychic barely on 3 HP. I should have just stayed in, why do I swap? Like, just stay in. But here again, see, I have to go for headbutts, but she should have access to the elemental punches, which should have knocked out Zatu, but it is what it is. She's still faster, Ominous Wit takes me out, yeah, that really sucks. Tyson comes, Thunder Punch, boom. Finally goes down, Jinx, Psychic, leaves me on 17. Bullet Punch takes her out, nice. Slowbro. Yeah, I gotta go for Thunder Punches here. But this is a point where Breloom can actually do something. With Seed Bombs. Thunderbolt doesn't kill. But I get the paralyze. He's gonna use a full restore, isn't he? Yeah, he uses a full restore. Well, I hate that shit. Yeah, but Seed Bomb takes him out easily. Nice. Okay, Koga, I think it took me 2 tries. Yeah, it took me 2 tries. Let's see how this goes. Probably very annoying because of minimize shenanigans. I go for the confusion, does half. Another one takes Ariados out. Crobat. Double team shenanigans. Yeah, I don't know where you get Psychic in Soul Silver. And I miss. Yeah, okay. I don't actually know. I don't know, I think Soul Silver is like, it's a great game for like a casual and normal playthrough because it does have a lot of content, right? But for a challenge run, it's honestly, in my opinion, one of the worst games. For challenge run specifically, like keep that in mind. Like as a normal playthrough, right? It's one of the best Pokemon games. For challenge runs, especially if you stop after the Johto Elite Four, it's not it. Like the level caps are very wag all over the place. The Team Rocket stuff is, it doesn't really fit, especially their levels and the Pokemons they use. They're like, sometimes they're level 12 and then they're like level 20. I don't know. Stuff was weird. But yeah, still gonna do it. Still gonna finish all of these runs. Like the gym members and the Elite Four. I don't know if I'll do the Johto Dex holders from the manga, if I do it immediately afterwards or if I'll take a break from Johto and come back in the future. But these gym leader runs, I finished those for sure. Elite Four, I don't actually know the Elite Four. I would have to look at their rematch teams, but if it's still like just same but different, then I don't know. But if they do change it up, then for sure I'm gonna do that. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Same with the garbage run. That was really fun to do. I enjoyed that one. That was sick. But I would have to look again, like look up like the Elite Four, like the Hall of Fame statistics and the general opinion popularity polls, like what do YouTubers say, and need to cross-reference it. I'll see. And Johto doesn't have that many unique ones. It's a lot of overlap with Kanto, so yeah, who knows. Well, with Bruno there's not a lot to say, so I'm just filling airtime. Yeah, Tyson comes out, Bullet Punch takes out Hitmontop, Hitmonlee, Swagger, ooh, nice, okay, free stab boost, I'll take it. Machamp, nice. Do I survive? I do. I get the burn, I go down. Is he gonna full restore? Please don't. He's not. Why did I go for Leech Seed? Okay, yeah, this time it's fine. Just get some chip in. It's free. Seed Bomb, boom. Tank a Fire Punch. Nice. And the Spore procced. Okay, Onyx obviously goes down. Okay, Karen. Let's have a looky look here. Force Palm, no Paralyze. Force Bomb. Yeah, by the way, you'll see me. Okay, so for the when I do remember to get the move relearn, right? The issue is at that point, I probably already saved over the thing, right? So you'll still see me. Okay, how do I say this? You'll see the Elite Four at the proper level caps and whatever moveset I have on hand, right? If I do decide for lands, oh, I actually need to change this up, the moveset will only be better, right? There's no reason to show the fights again. And also, I'll already be level 50. But even if I was still at the level cap, the moveset is just better. So even the Elite Four will be easier. So I don't decide to do like a whole rerun. I just show lands at that point. But yeah, for future runs, I try to do it before lands, because I forget a lot of the times, man. Or I go like to the move relearner for one specific Pokemon or two, like just because of the HM stuff. But yeah, 13th try for land. Let's see how this goes. I start with Mizu. I try to put him to sleep. It works. Beautiful. Tank a Dragon Pulse. What do? I bring out Kiki. Thunderbolt, hopefully. Yup, quite effective. Doesn't take it out. The second one should, though. Yup. Charizard comes out. Rock Tomb, please. Yup, he misses. Rock Tomb connects. He uses Full Restore. I go for Thunderbolt. I get the Paralyze. I go for Rock Tomb. Takes him out. Nice. Aerodactyl comes out. Kinda scary. What do I do here? What did past me do? I have to... Yeah, I think I'm gonna sack. Yeah, go for it. Just go for it. Okay, I bring out Jet. Takes the Aerial Ace. Goes down immediately. Now I get a free swap to Mizu. Surf. Aerial Ace. Does a decent amount of damage. Okay. Second Aerial Ace takes me out though. That sucks. Tyson comes out. Bullet Punch. Cleans up Aerodactyl. Dragonite comes out. His strongest one. I got a swap. I go to Loomis. Tanks the Outrage on 4 HP. But he's slower so he goes down. I get the Paralyze with the ability though. I swap to Tyson. Ice Punch. Crit kills. Nice. I get Thunder Waved. I can't move. I go for Ice Punch. It connects. Leaves at 1 HP. I go for another Ice Punch. I can't move. He misses. I connect. Leaves him at 1. He full restores. Ice Punch connects. It kills this time. It was a crit. Nice. His last mon comes out. Dragon Rush kills me. Unfortunate. Okay, I go to Kiki. Rock Tomb connects. I'm faster. Get the speed drop. I get paralyzed. Dragon Rush takes me out. A crit. Shit. Zenny comes out. This time with proper moveset. Ice Punch. Boom. That's the champion fight. Yeah, by the way, it took me 13 tries with the proper moveset. Before that, I think I lost like 30-ish times, give or take. And at that point, I decided, yeah, fuck it. Let me have a look at Medicham's moveset. And she did, in fact, have access to the elemental punches, which was exactly what I needed to win this fight. But yeah. Let's have an overlook at the team, and then that's that for this video. Next up will be Jasmine or Yasmin, the steel type trainer. Yeah, in video format this was fine. This was alright. But yeah. I mean, you try and lose 300 times to Bugsy. It's not fun. Yeah. My rules are stupid. It is what it is, though. Okay, yeah, that intro, I don't know why can't you skip it? It's so long. I mean, the same is also in Gen 3, but maybe you can skip it, I just don't know how. Okay, let's have a look. So, we got Mizu the Poliwrath, Damp, Surf, Ice Beam, Hypnosis, and Mudshot. Kiki, the Mankey, Anger Point, Karate Chop, Rock Tomb, Thunderbolt, and Earthquake. Oh, Primate, my bad. Jet, the Hitmonlee, Brick Break, Mega Kick, Blaze Kick, High Jump Kick, Reckless. Tyson, the Hitmonchan, Iron Fist, Bullet Punch, Ice Punch, Fire Punch, and Thunder Punch. Loomis the Breloom, Headbutt, Mach Punch, Seed Bomb, and Leech Seed, Effect Spore. And Zenny the Medicham, Pure Power, Thunder Punch, Fire Punch, Force Palm, and Ice Punch. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care, don't get bullied, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye bye.